My name is Jovanovic'S. I'm sending my message, video message to Mr. Alex Jones. Alex, I left you the other day. I left you the message on your tape, and we're discussing now the newest scandal that is now in the United States. That Mr. Clinton and that Mr. Putin and Mr. Donald Trump poisoned Mr. and Mrs. Clinton. This is another joke but it's quite a serious newspaper like Washington Post. Anyhow, let me explain you again, Alex. When I moved from New York, I'm an investigative reporter, and I did a lot of documentary films about former Yugoslavia and Bosnia. I moved from New York. I moved to Las Vegas to work on some projects for Government of Malta. I'm an economist, and then I met in one of the places in the Boulevard. I met Will Epton, the famous patriotic journalist, who is a very charming man. And it's very funny how we met each other. It's very important. I was washing my car. All of a sudden came the part from my film about Marcali market case. I just, before I came to Las Vegas, I showed that film upon recommendation of David Biner, reporter of New York Times, to 60 Minutes. I was with the walking legend of corporate media. I really liked them very much. I was watching them. The only thing I was watching in America. 60 Minutes. I was with Jeffrey Fager. At the time he was assistant, and his boss, Don Hewitt. They were watching my film, and I sent him a copy of that film in just a few minutes. It was so funny. The Muslim brought a frozen body. They dropped them in the market. There is no fruit. There is nothing on the market to be the reason why people will be on the market. And then they make a scenery like the dog, with the computers, and they bombarded Bosnia, Serbia, and about 3,000 people have died in this bombardment. And obviously there was a Mr. Clinton who did it. This is one thing that also was done by the Clintons. Of course, there's also Mrs. Clinton, who she was lying in Sarajevo. You know the story when she was explaining 5 different stories about her visits, Sarajevo, and then the snipers and everything else. Of course, there is a plenty of thing about Srebrenica, which was fraud, and we never have a chance to reveal it because media is completely blocked. And I showed that film to, by the way, and then Jeff Fager and Mr. Hewitt liked very much my film, and they told me, look, let me go to my source from CIA to verify who did it. He came back after 20 minutes. He said, you're absolutely right. That was done by the Muslim. My source confirmed that. But I am not permitted, verbatim, I'm not permitted to play a film. I was not shocked. I know how the media is working. And simply I said, thank you that at least he was honest. And then I left the office, and I decided I could have worked this job from Malta in Las Vegas just by not leaving New York, because I have a apartment in New York. I live in Trump Park, because I know Ivana Trump ever since '80, and with my wife I lived in their building, Center Park South. But I decided to move from New York, and I moved to Las Vegas. I couldn't imagine what was the fate. I was washing my car, and all of a sudden it became the scenery from the movie that I showed to the 60 Minutes. And I started screaming like a maniac. I said, wow, this is self-inflicted. And people was watching me like I am nuts. And one older gentleman, now I sent him the photo. Of course, you know how you have to look like the guy with the gray hair, older, short guy, very sharp Jewish journalist. He said to me, sir, excuse me, what do you mean by self-inflicted? Without turning my head, I said, you see, Lou, you see the hands? You see, not Lou, I said, see, gentlemen, you see the hands? A person will be shot right this minute by the shotgun or whatever, or supposedly by his hands will be down because that's how it works. But Don's body had the so-called dead stiffness. And that's topic in my movie because my expert for medicine explained that dead stiffness come after half day or even 1 day, and all the bodies were stiff. There was no blood, just sitting talking about. And the man said, "Oh, that's false flag." Okay. So please, Mr. Jovanovic's, I give you my card and you come to my office, sometimes to my studio. I have a small station, a very powerful one, and I have 20, 30 million listeners every day. And please don't hesitate to contact me. And I was watching from curiosity. I was listening on the computer at his radio station, and one day he had in his radio Cathy O'Brien and Mark Phillips. No, Cathy O'Brien, government mind control slave, was discovered, was completely deprogrammed by Mr. Phillips. I just sit in my car and I went to the station. I spoke to them and they came to my apartment in Las Vegas. I did small shooting from video camera, from very simply touristic-like camera, and they've been explaining me something that I'd never heard of before. And then 3 months later, I went and I made a film about them, and the film was so popular that I didn't make any intervention. And I went to the Justice Department to show to gentlemen who I was working before on the Kurt Wilhelm case. As you know, Kurt Wilhelm was a war criminal who sent to concentration camp of Jasenovac 70,000 men, Serbs, and they've been killed, and also from Greeks, 50,000 Jews were sent to concentration camp of Jasenovac. And my film was without any intervention. Cathy was talking everything, and I had like 3.5 hours her speech, and the first time that he spoke what I asked you to tell me, and now I understood why Roberto De Niro didn't get permission for the film, because she was telling me such tremendous information, how the Bush was the most important one, and how the Reagan was just pretending to be a president. He was just a good-looking guy with a great talent for speeches and how he looked like, but he was not important. Important was Bush, and a million details about her life and how she worked before she was deprogrammed by Mark Phillips. There was after I played the film, gentleman from Justice Department, Eli Rosenbaum, who wrote the book Betrayal, he sent Kelly Cox, the daughter of Cathy O'Brien, to London for deprogramming process. I met later on some of our friends who told us there is a place in London, 2 places in London, one in New Ulm basis, where they've been programming people for all these terrorist acts all over the world. And that was told. That's what Webster told. Trapper told me later on. Now who have to introduce me to all your friends, and you will see now when you see that segment that I will send you again. But Ted Gunderson and Vuk Jovanovic on YouTube, you'll see with what I'm talking about. I met also Ron Paul and his son at the time. He was just very, very young, and that was actually 25 years ago. And then at the final, Ted Gunderson was living in the same complex where I lived. If you know Meridian Club, it was just close to the strip. I like because I'm a New Yorker, so I didn't want to walk too much, so I lived very close to Meridian Club. And Ted Gunderson was living just next to me, so we saw each other quite frequently. He showed me everything. I gained their trust. I was the only non-American who was a member of so-called American Patriots, where you are, and they called me Serbian Patriots. We had quite a nice relationship, and they trusted me, and they told me I have a teddy bear face, and they liked very much the fact that I saved the young lady, and she was a symbol of Patriots movement, and as you know, she was a lover of Bush, who was pedophile. She explained me also in the movie a very long time how this intercourse looked like between Bush, old Bush, this motherfucker, and a young lady. She was only 7 years old. And she also, in the book, she published the report from pediatric clinic from Alaska, where he brought Cathy O'Brien when he deprogrammed her. Anyhow, so there was a nice beginning, and then I did extend my film about Markali, which I liked very much. One day came the person who told me and they everything, every detail. He was first hand, and the story is unbelievable. I just sent Trump information into Giuliani. I also sent information to Mr. Putin because today came out that Mr. Putin is involved together with Mr. Trump. See, I'm Slavic, and I believe, although I never liked Stalin and every Russian in my life. I know even today, even 5 Russians. But however, we as Serbs are feeling protected by the Russians, even they're not in our country. But I would very much like that we have one base, military base in my country, then I would feel much safe. Because Albanians are killing Serbs on a daily basis. We have a government which is fully Christian government. They're paid by them, and Albanians are killing everyday Serbs, and that will go on. And I wish that the Russians will come to Serbia at least to block the Albanians. And I know the fact that they're preparing the army, Albanian army and Kosovo army to attack Russia from that part. They didn't succeed now with ISIS, but now they have another problem. I don't know, because you wouldn't believe it. There was told to me from some of our past friends. So that's about it. Please do contact me. I was very pleased to, if you want to speak in your program. We can have more. And I sent the more link where I'm even see one moment. Because I met family Trump in Las Vegas. I was before tennis pro. I played tennis in Germany and in Europe, and I liked skiing at the time very much. And I was art collector, and I was in the most prestigious hotel in Switzerland, the so-called Bedroom Palace Hotel. It's a show-off hotel with all these possible kings and kings of Saudi Arabia and yalla yalla. Oh, everybody was there. It was like the place to be. And I was exhibiting there for 7-8 years, only in February, my art collection. I was skiing at the same time. And then I met Ivana. She was with the kids, with her family from Czech Republic, her mother and father. Well, I'm from Yugoslavia. We had a good contact, and Donald came time to time. And she introduced me to her best girlfriend, brilliant, nice lady, very charming lady. And then I decided to move from Düsseldorf. I live in Düsseldorf in Germany. I finished my tennis career. I sold my house. And then I decided to move to New York. So I lived, you could imagine, I went from Germany to Manhattan. I lived in Trump Park, that building next to Plaza, about 100 meters from Plaza. And very close to the Center Park, and I lived there in an apartment. And I was a friend with them at the beginning. Later on, I was no longer with her girlfriend. Anyhow, I moved then to Las Vegas when I got this project, which was very difficult to move from New York to Las Vegas. I don't even gamble. I know how casino good business is. And I found some place in Malta. I'm also a member of Maltese Order, and I'm also in this. I have an apartment there, and I presented to the government the project, and I went to find the investor. I have a magazine from Las Vegas who writes about it. Anyhow, and that's what's happened in Las Vegas. If I didn't move to Las Vegas, I would never know about you guys, about Patriots, about everything. I was introduced to everybody who is your friends and who is in Patriot movement. For me, was very exciting because it was something new. And then I met this source, and this source was absolutely fantastic. And I tell you, Alex Jones, this affair is by far more intrigued than Watergate, because it's not only espionage, which is the main thing here. It's also corruption. They found at the same time. They found 60 Senators congressmen, and who had a lot of money. There was about $2 billion altogether in Swiss banks. And also, according to the source, the whole story broke because they found that Kasper Weisberger, chairman of the board of Forbes magazine, had about $6 million. So all of a sudden, the story was broken and was never revealed by that. But that was, as I said, that's how it looks like for now. I was wondering why this affair didn't come before, and obviously the people simply forgot, or because I'm living with that over 30, 25 years with that feeling. Imagine to have someone, such a credible witness, first-hand CIA operatives who gave this information to, and then also who knows from Republican Commission, from the Republican Party, who knows about this, who knows about her espionage affair. But we'll see. The point is, in one moment, when if you remember when Bush in Houston, that's your part of the world, was showing this to with his hands like he's going to kill the throat of Mr. Trump. I feel very, very bad somehow. I was like kind of investor decoy for Mr. Trump, because I love these kids. They look like puppies. You know, I remember them. They're so sweet little numbers in beautifully dressed in Las Vegas. And I said, my God, this CIA monster is going to kill them. So I made a video that I sent to American ambassador in Belgrade, and I told him, and I also sent to CIA a link, and you will have this link also. I sent this link. Start with Mr. Brennan, something like that. And I said, don't dare touch Mr. Putin, because I simply want to say, now you know that I know, so don't fuck around with us, because Mrs. Clinton is a dead duck. She is a spy, and she simply will be never able to be the president. So don't now make all this drama and try to kill Mr. like you always did. And that's all. Something else what I got as a gift. I'm sorry, it's not a chair, but I feel the chance to meet each other or wherever. Inviting you all to Belgrade, because I'll do very big. I opened the foundation for the children that have been victims of uranium, unplated uranium that killed almost every child in this country, and all children, including Albanians and Croats and other children who are very much affected. Alex Jones, we are here. Everybody has a uranium problem, and people are dying here like crazy. Every second person has a cancer. And I remember our famous Princess Elizabeth, who is a good, dear friend of mine. She's our beauty. Her daughter played the famous Dynasty, remember, from Texas Dynasty. Her daughter was excellent. She was a star in the TV program. And Elizabeth was recently in New York. She was trying to get the blood for some donation, and the person asked him, "Madam, where are you from?" She said, "I'm from Serbia." She said, "I'm sorry, we're not taking blood from the Serbs. Our blood is poisoned by the uranium." So I have more reason. You see, that's the fate. I have this information. I will destroy now Mr. Clinton. I will try also. I'm in touch with Jeff Hager. Jeff Hager is a witness. He has to say what had happened, and based upon that 60 Minutes was ignorant. 60 Minutes did not show my film, which was the truth, by saying that CIA did not permit it. But they have to open one day this Pandora case, and they will start speaking about all lies in Bosnia. Because in my film, you'll be able to see, which was very, all parties like it very much. I had the director of Task Force on Terrorism, Enako Wolf, in U.S. Congress, who was speaking to me that he also found 10 different cases like Markal and fraud that was contributed to the Serbs. Even Srebrenica is a fraud. You'll be able to, I'll send you, if you're in touch with me, I'll send you some footage. You'll be flipping out that the chief of police in Srebrenica is speaking that he was forced to, that was simply that Izetbegovic was telling together with Clinton to organize assassination of 5,000 Muslims. That was planned. And something else that you've never heard of, because I don't want to kill you with that. Our topic is today Mrs. Clinton's story. But the point of the matter is, Alex, that when I was doing this film about Markale, there was a lady, she's from Der Spiegel magazine. Her name is Renata Flottau. At the time, she was a very charming lady. She was a good friend of mine. And we were socializing, and she was very, very bright and very brave lady. And at the same time, she had a car. I came from New York, and she brought me to Pale, where I showed my film about Markale market case. But she told me that she's going to go to Sarajevo, where Bin Laden was, famous Bin Laden. Bin Laden, who was also working for CIA, doing all this operation, false flag, whatever, bringing all these mujahideen, all these motherfuckers to Serbia, and the time to Bosnia, and he got the passport for his service. Bin Laden, who is, according to Snowden, I believe, also he's alive. All this fraud. I mean, please. I spent too long time with the great Ted Garrison, who was like, he considered me like his son. He was showing me everything. He showed me all these intricacies. He brought me to Oklahoma City with him, and I had plenty of time because I had to give two months option to the hotel, some of the hotel like Steve Wien or some others. And then I was waiting for them to reply. After 2 months, I get an option, and so that's I learned too much about all this information, and then it's something when I was with Ted, I sometimes say I went to the bathroom, I took a shower because I couldn't believe it. It's true what I'm watching, because in New York, people could not see what you could see. Also, when I came to Las Vegas, when I associating with the families. Anyhow, Alex, I give you again my telephone numbers, and just in case. And my number is 381 area code 62 plus 00 381 62 147 8475. That's the first number. Second number is also plus meaning 00 381. That's for Serbia, and then 65. And then the number 528-0588. Okay, Alex, please call me anytime you want, if they permit you, because they are controlling my telephone, I should tell you in advance. They are doing it for a long time, and I'll be very happy if you'll be able to reach me. I left a message the other day on your tape, but now I'll send you this link with the footage. Maybe you will be calling me. If you're not, we stay in touch, and I do have exclusive information. I know I'll put very soon to somebody very exclusive. I know even which information was sold for $2.2 million. My source was telling me, and it's plenty of work, toys for Snowden. I'm waiting for when I come out with this affair. I believe that Snowden will have a lot of toys now, new toys, to explain to what's going on. Okay, Alex, I wish you good. I also left some message to your friend, your producer from London, Paul, and maybe he can call me or whatever. That's all I can do. I'm very limited with other sources of correspondence. I'll send my message to my friend of mine in Sweden to see if my message moved from server, because they are intercepting my email, they're intercepting my everything. And I'll do maybe somebody will send you this message from Sweden, for example, or from somewhere else where I'll send to my friend to check out if my message could move from here, because now technology is very simple. Anyhow, Alex, I wish you everything good, and we have to find this monster and to bring Donald to be president, because he's a great guy and I like his guts, and that's about it. Okay, Alex, have a good day. Bye-bye.